I am in Germany. Hello, I am currently in Munich, Germany. I moved here with my husband and my dog, and we are currently in a 5-day quarantine until we can get a negative COVID test. But I just wanted to update my family and friends on what I've been up to and kind of like a recap of the past few days since we moved.
Our last fills. Cheers!
Excuse my face. My face is still adjusting to all these changes and stress, so hopefully it clears up. We moved on the 27th of March and we took our flight from SFO to Frankfurt. We had to get a negative COVID test just to make sure that we're safe and not putting anyone else at risk while traveling. So we took a test 2 days prior to leaving because Germany required that everyone have a negative COVID test within the 48 hours before entering the country. And we also took one at SFO, a rapid test, just in case. Both came back negative, which was great. We had to wear our masks the entire time. We were able to get through with Rascal because he also required a lot of paperwork, which is definitely another long story, but that was a very difficult process. This was Rascal's first time traveling, and this was my first time traveling with a pet on a plane and for a very long time. So I was definitely worried of how he'll do like on the plane. So the first thing that we did was try to find a pet relief area, but as you can see from this clip that he was very stubborn and didn't want to pee. I gave him a little bit of water before the flight and he did pee before we got to the airport, so I was hoping that he didn't have to pee as bad. So we made it to our gate and it was surprising to see that it was pretty empty and everyone was spread out, which was great. I was worried the entire time about Rascal and if he'll be able to enter Germany because I was warned by my vet and the USDA vet that they might not let him in or they'll quarantine him for 3 weeks because he has the 3-year rabies booster instead of a yearly rabies shot. So it was just like up to the officer that they'll let him in with no trouble. And it was difficult to fall asleep with a mask. The crew was very good at walking around the cabin, especially like when people were sleeping, and making sure they had their masks over their nose or were wearing their masks. They had given us food pretty early on into the flight and then right before we landed. And Rascal was a very good boy. He slept throughout the entire flight, didn't make any noise, gave him some fruit when we got our meals and gave him a little bit of water. We weren't able to find him a pet relief area in Frankfurt because we had to book it from our gate, which was Z50 all the way to A12, and Frankfurt's a very big airport. We also had to go through immigration, which was no problem, but they were very strict on asking why you are here because they're not letting any tourists in, obviously. So you have to have a very good reason and show proof, which we had. We made it onto the flight from Frankfurt to Munich, and that one was pretty crowded, but we were still pretty spread out from everyone else and everyone was good about wearing their masks. And we arrived in Munich. We had to go through customs and that's where we had to declare Rascal. And surprisingly, the officer said he was good to go and we left. And the first thing that we noticed when we went outside of the airport was that everyone had an Audi, a Mercedes-Benz, a Porsche, fancy cars, but it makes sense because all of that is made here. But it was very interesting to see all these luxury cars outside. And as we were driving around the city, I was trying so hard to stay awake to see Munich, but I was so sleepy We finally got to our hotel, checked in, and I did a little tour, which you can see here. Here's the kitchenette. There's stove here, coffee, microwave, sink, some closets. There's a dining area, a Frank, a Rascal, a TV, and our view of some buildings. Cool.
There's a church.
There's a mirror. Hello. We're going up to the second floor. There's a work area desk here, another closet, and the bathroom is the bedroom, a TV, and we have our own terrace. This is what's in our welcome basket. We got some beer, some water, superfood drink, and some spaghetti. We're here for a month because we still need to find an apartment, which hopefully we'll find during that time. But wish us luck. I heard it's very hard to find apartments here in Munich. But for now, we're in the quarantine. This is day 2 for us currently. And we have to wait till the 5th day to take another test to be free to wander around safely, of course, with masks. Since we've been quarantined, we were trying to figure out what was the best way to get food because we didn't have any food upon arrival. So we called the front desk and they mentioned that we use their version of DoorDash, which was called like Lieferando or something. I will learn how to pronounce that. It worked pretty well. They found our hotel room and it was pretty easy. I used Google Translate to help me look through the menu just to make sure there weren't any ingredients that I'm allergic to or don't want to eat. So that was very helpful. Then we found a site for grocery shopping. We used I believe it's pronounced Rewe, but spelled R-E-W-E. And we just picked a bunch of groceries. I added a lot of snacks to get us to the €50 minimum, and I did a little snack tasting here. It's currently 9 a.m. here in Munich, and I am hungry, so I decided that I should probably do the snack haul and try them out. Some of these snacks are just like things we added to our grocery cart online yesterday just to fit the €50 mark. So I know these probably aren't like the most popular snacks, but I tried my best and picked out what looked tasty. So I think we'll start with salty snacks first. This one is Chips Frisch Ungarisch. I remember seeing YouTube videos about paprika chips in Germany, so we'll see how these taste. This is the chip. You can see the seasoning. It kind of smells like barbecue. It definitely tastes similar to barbecue, but not as sweet and tangy. It's very subtle, but I like these. These are pretty good. I have our Käsebällchen, which are cheese balls. And I haven't had cheese balls in a long time. They're so cute. They're so goofy. They're not the orange cheese that we see in America with all the Cheeto branded stuff. Tastes like cheese balls. The cheese isn't as overpowering as the ones we have in America. It's very like subtle, which I really like about chips, is the subtle flavor and not like. That was pretty good. The next one we have is Das Original Gusto Classic. I think these are just regular corn puffs, so basically the Cheetos without the cheese. Definitely looks like packing peanuts. Smells like corn. Whoa. That was like an interesting texture. It dissolved in my mouth. It has a good crunch. I still like these. These taste like tasty packing peanuts. Now we should go for the chocolate. We're gonna start out with Kit Kats. It's Kit Kat Chunky Cookie Dough. So when we were shopping online, it looked like they have a bunch of stuffed Kit Kat bars, which I haven't seen in the States. These are huge. All right. As soon as I bit into it, the chocolate tasted very buttery and smooth. You can see the cookie dough right here. The cookie dough gives like a little bit of creaminess to the Kit Kat itself. Definitely be munching on this throughout the day. And then we have, oh, these, now that I look at it, they're pretty much the same thing. But one is Kinder brand and one is Ferrero Duplo, which I wonder if it's the same as like Ferrero Rocher. We'll try the Kinder Bueno. This one has hazelnut in it. And come in these little bars. Oh, it has like a little tab to open it back here. Whoa, that's great. Here's a little square. I'm gonna break it off. Wafery, Kit Kat-y. It tastes like the Ferrero Rocher without like the nut coating. So this one doesn't actually have the physical hazelnut in it. I think it's just the hazelnut filling. It was pretty good, pretty light, not so sweet. And then we'll move on to the Duplo Choc-Nut. This one looks like it has the physical hazelnut inside. Oh, this one also has a tab. Oh, that didn't go as far as I hoped. Definitely bigger than the Bueno. I think I like this one more than the Kinder Bueno because I like crunchy textures, and this one has the actual hazelnut in it. And I think the hazelnut is mixed with chocolate versus the Bueno, which is just the hazelnut cream itself. I prefer the Duplo Choc-Nut. I already feel myself getting a sugar high. This one is the classic Haribo gummy bears, but sour. You see the sour coating on it. The thing about Haribo gummy bears is that they have the perfect chew to a gummy. I've had some gummy bears where they're like so hard or waxy, but I think Haribo has like the best texture of gummy bears. I also got the peach Haribo. I wonder if these are similar to like the peach trolleys. So cute. Smells peachy. Definitely like the peach trolleys, but again, texture is the best. It's not as chewy as the peach trolleys, and I definitely like the Haribo brand better. So those are all the snacks that we got so far. I know they're probably not like the most sought after snacks in Germany, so if you are from Germany and you have any snack recommendations for us to try, please leave it in the comments below or let me know. I'd love to try some more German snacks. So I'm gonna munch some more on the chips and the chocolates and the gummies, and I will probably regret it later. And there's nothing else to do in quarantine except snack. So we're stocked, we're good for the 5 days. We're still gonna order food in for like dinner or so, just to like try what's in the area and just chill for the next 5 days. I've made some video clips of just me doing random stuff because I've been jet lagged and falling asleep multiple times a day, and it's so random. Hopefully I can get adjusted soon and feel normal, and I hope to make this a weekly thing, or as I get more videos and ideas that come through. This is my update, and for everyone at home, I miss you already, and hopefully when it's safe, come visit. Anyways, that's all I have, and hope to see you next time if I make more videos, which I'm gonna force myself to do. All right, bis bald. Mwah.